twin
I mean
to
straight
Morgoth,
ones.
the Omen King, and both are children of Marika and Godfrey. Mohg is a treacherous creature, but is
Godfrey's
proud
son?
of his physical form. Morgoth, however, is not.
Nigga tripped out low
Mohg
key.
and Margot are twin brothers, and their great runes are naturally similar.
Is this tentacle in his eye?
But Mohg's rune is soaked in accursed blood, from his devout love for the wretched mire that he was born into far below the earth. Both Mohg and Morgoth were born with the Omen curse.
How's this nigga so pussy, but Mohg is him?
Omen are curse-born, ogre-like figures that take a kin to larger weaponry, such as great axes or great swords. They are slow-moving and can often be found sleeping, but when provoked, the Omen-born can be quite agile, quite aggressive, making them deadly foes. Omen-born to commoners often have their horns cut off, usually ending in their demise. But Omen-born to the nobility are allowed to retain their tangled horns, but instead are hidden away underground or locked out for
I don't
eternity.
get how there was like copies of
The
this
Omen
nigga.
Barn reads,
Hot take, Mohg Loki got the most oro out of the demigods.
Omen babies have all their horns excised, causing most to perish. These fetishes are
Lil
made
Pum
to
Sandwich
memorialize
donated
them.
$2.
Please,
Rage, you
don't
watched
hate
the
me
next chapter?
or curse me.
Who you got, Rob or
Please.
Frigga?
The regal
little
Omen
bit.
Barn states,
Frigga right now.
Omen babies born of royalty do not have their horns excised, but instead are kept underground, unbeknownst to anyone, imprisoned for eternity. These memorial fetishes are fashioned in secret. As they grew older, their body would surpass that of a normal being, and so would their strength. Omens would be used as tools of war until their master's needs were met, and then they would be banished once again, locked away in secret once more.
Damn.
Heavy-bladed
video,
curved
chat.
sword of colossal size awarded to Omen as a tool of war. This weapon is made to take advantage of brute strength. The pattern etched upon the blade is the remnant
The bots
of a
are on
deteriorating malediction. Indeed, when bestowing a weapon, preparations must be made for taking it away.
Yeagerist say donated $3.
But there was some kindness in
Elden
the
Ring
lands
Lord, so
between.
damn comp, I'm really a slut for that shit pause, especially Mohg Law and Radagon Law, those my goats.
Yuma Tricia was once known as a healer who dedicated her efforts to treating misbegotten Omen
donated $2
and all those
50
seen
cents.
as impure.
Game of Thrones creator
She was trying
created
to make
lore,
the
I think.
impure pure. But unfortunately her efforts failed. But she would be by the Omen's side as their companion as they passed on, watching over them to ensure they passed peacefully, free of pain. A tale akin to the origins of the deathbed companions. In time past, the role of the perfumer was much respected, a blessed apothecary in the eyes of the many. But after entering the battlefields of the Shattering, they performed no such role, trading their aromatics for poisons and explosives. Although most perfumers were once kind and respected, there was one famous perfumer named Rolio. Rolio imbibed a physic to rid himself of emotion, thus enabling him to enact his nightmarish labor, hunting the Omen. He would be known as an Omen killer. His mask with long, hideous, twisted horns, with the smirking face of an elder, twisted in wicked delight. This visage is carved in the image of the evil spirits that haunt the Omen in their nightmares. Omen killers would wield blades and cleavers comprised of amputated Omen horns. These hideous horns caused blood loss, adding vibrant colors to an ongoing mayhem.
Pew pew. Pew pew. Oh, pew pew and fucking.
Mohg was a cursed Omen from birth. Mohg's childhood was far from pleasant. During his younger years, he would be assaulted and attacked with a rabid fervor. With every assault, his pain tolerance would grow thicker and his ambitions would grow larger.
Nokio donated
He would escape his
$2.50.
imprisonment and travel
Off
to
topic.
Nokio to stand before the Formless Mother. The Formless Mother was an outer god known as the Mother of Truth who calms wounds. The Formless Mother would employ Mohg as the primary vassal and teach him blood incantations.
Oh, that was the one that was
When Mohg,
underground?
Lord of Blood, stood before her, deep underground his accursed blood erupted with fire. Mohg would communicate with the outer god through the Mohgwyn's sacred spear, trident of Mohg, Lord of Blood. A sacred spear that would come to symbolize his dynasty. As well as serving as a weapon, it is an instrument of communion with an outer god who bestows power upon accursed blood. In the lightless depths lies the grave of an ancient civilization. It is here Mohg, Lord of Blood, would build his palace, and whatever nightmares that may bring. Nobles and pure-blood knights alike would revel in the blood and practice blood sorcery, using its dark powers to exsanguinate the living in service of their Lord Mohg. Glory to his inevitable reign. All hail Mohg,
Are those
Lord
weapons
of
good?
Blood.
I knew it from the very start. You have a taste for noble blood. I wish to anoint you a proper inductee. A knight to serve Luminary Mohg, the Lord of Blood, and establish a new dynasty. Luminary Mohg has strength, vision, and of course, love. So, what do you say, my lambkin?
Mohg would then abduct war surgeons, hoping that one would be able to tame the accursed blood. None but Vare, that is. He was the exception. And faintly grinning mask, Vare would help
dragons? Oh,
Mohg
yeah.
recruit potential nobles to the Mohg's dynasty within the lands
Dynasty.
between. He would challenge potential candidates with trials, and with the final trial tasking the candidate to soak the Lord of the Blood's favor with their maiden's blood. Normally, this ritual would involve killing one's own maiden and re-incanting the wisdom of the two fingers. But if maidenless, the blood of anyone's maiden would do. Once the final trial was completed, Luminary Mohg would welcome you into his service as a knight who will lay the foundations of his dynasty. Mikola the Unalloyed is a demigod, an Empyrean, and the twin brother of Millennia. He and his sister were the firstborn children of the union of Queen Marika the Eternal and Radagon. Mikola, like his twin sister Millennia, he and his sister were the firstborn children of the union of Queen Marika the Eternal and Radagon. Mikola, like his twin sister Millennia, was born cursed. As Millennia was cursed by the rot, Mikola was cursed with the body of a young child to never develop. Due to his title as an Imperium, Mikola was chosen by his own two fingers as a candidate to succeed Queen Marika, but he would later abandon the Golden Order as they were not able to cure Millennia from the Scarlet Rot. Cursed
Okay, OVM.
to be forever young, Mikola created the Halgrig tree to allow himself to grow to be an adult and to destroy the rot from Millennia. But before he could grow the Halg tree to reach
Bro, I'm actually so upset, bro. What the fuck? Why does he bot out? Like, why does he turn to a fucking bot?
created the Halgrig tree in the Golden Order as they were not able to cure Millennia from the Scarlet Rot. Cursed to be forever young, Mikola created the Halgrig tree to allow himself to grow to be an adult and to destroy the rot from Millennia. But before he could grow the Halg tree to reach its full potential, Mikola was stolen away by his half-brother Mohg, Lord of Blood, in his cocoon form. Wishing to raise Mikola to full godhood, Mohg wished to become his consort, taking the role of monarch. But no matter how much of his bloody bedchamber he tried to share, he received no response from the young Empyrean. Mohg's attempts were unsuccessful. Mohg's fate was not to be a god, but an omen forever. Mikola still breathes, and Millennia awaits her brother's return.
Not no more.
Riding north through the Blood Marsh, you can find Mohg, Lord of Blood, at his palace, Mohgwyn's Dynasty Mausoleum. embroidered with an extravagant gold emblem on black cloth. The dress of a luminary, the reigning lord and hierarch of the coming dynasty of Mohgwyn, or perhaps of a raving lunatic. Mohg, Lord of Blood, specializes in blood loss and relies heavily on bleed build-up, creating an extremely tough fight for anyone that stands before him.
Welcome, honored guest, to the birthplace of our dynasty.
But he is not without his weaknesses. A fetish bathed in golden magic. Shackles were used to bind the accursed people called the Omen, and these ones were made to retain vestiges of power, enough to trap the once-bound Mohg on Earth, if only for a short time. These shackles would interrupt Mohg's blood boon ritual, but as a last-ditch effort, Mohg would grow wings and spread pools of burning blood with each spear attack, covering his arena. Pure ferocity in his attacks, Mohg would reach his final form, the true Lord of Blood.